Three of the Everest slot holders, Coolmore, Godolphin and Arrowfield, are three of the biggest racing and breeding organisations anywhere in the world. Godolphin and Coolmore have the keenest rivalry of any racing and breeding organisation the world over.
1-2-0, ready?
In Secret about to have an important gallop. Potentially she's Godolphin's #1 seed for the Everest. Will we see In Secret Saturday in the Concord Stakes?
Yes, we've got her in the nominations for the Concord. That's where I envisage kicking her off this campaign. She's not quite a 1,000-metre specialist at all, but I could imagine her running home very strongly, particularly being a competitive chance if a few of the front runners begin to fold up. She'll use these runs as good conditioning runs to have her absolutely at her peak.
James Cummings is a fourth-generation Group 1 trainer. James's grandfather, the legendary Bart Cummings, trained 12 Melbourne Cup winners. As for James himself, despite his youth, he now holds probably the most exalted position as a trainer in Australian racing. He looks after the entire Godolphin team. Godolphin's in a fortunate position in some respects in that you have your own slot in the Everest, so you don't necessarily have to come out and declare a horse is your Everest runner yet. And historically you've waited until the 11th hour almost to make that choice because you have others in the mix. But is it fair to say In Secret might be a #1 seed at the moment? We
would need to rely on using that freedom to make a late switch just in case the track was very wet.
Yep.
But I think all things being equal, and if we can rely on her coming back in excellent form, then In Secret should be our selection. We haven't been putting our best horse in there every year, and that's come back to bite us. So I think that this could be one of our best chances yet. You know, unless Giga Kick is absolutely unbeatable, it is, you know, aside from him, a pretty open year. And on a dry track, I think we can give the race a real shake, and it'd be a really important race for our season this year.
The Everest is not just about the prize money. Stallions that have won it are in high demand at stud.
So I'll take you into the Stallion barn here because obviously from an Everest point of view, we have the winner, Yes, 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 the first colt who's gone to stud from an Everest point of view.
In a season, Yes, Yes, Yes will breed with more than 200 mares at $33,000 a pop. That means he earns $6.6 million a year.
His first tee, that's his signature move. The day that he won the Everest, you know, he was a 3-year-old. No one was quite sure. A lot of people thought it was too big an ask for him, but God, the ride that Glenn Boss gave him that day and the training performance by Chris Waller. The last couple of metres, he just flew.
Yes, yes, yes! Wins the Everest!
Well, we have a slot in the Everest obviously this year. It's something that we're delighted to have been in since its induction. We obviously have Shinzu, who won the Golden Slipper in training with Chris Waller. Chris really thinks he could be an Everest horse.
Two of Chris Waller's best sprinters, Shinzo and Militarise, are about to hit the track for a 1,000-metre exhibition gallop. Chris, both colts had a nice workout there. Shinzo just shading Militarise.
Both lovely colts and just having a good day out. That was the whole idea of the exercise, to make sure that they're ready for game day and still cool. I'd have a slight leaning towards Shinzo going straight to the Golden Rose, because then I'm keeping him fresh, and then I can go to the Everest.
Chris Waller is a shining light in Australian racing. He's trained 151 Group 1 winners, including champion sprinter Nature Strip, winner of the Tab Everest in 2021.
Jumping out of the ground, just missed. Nature Strip clings on. He's king of the mountain this time. Nature Strip.
It would be the feel-good story of the spring if Nature Strip can make a 5th Everest.
With Nature Strip, we've gone back to basics. We've given him a proper break. First time he's had one for years, and we've started from scratch. We've built him up and let him tell us where he's at. He's showing us all the right signs that he's there, but race day performance is something we can't simulate at home. I haven't seen anything to say that he's slowing down.
Chris Waller, your relationship with Chris, what makes him tick? Why is he so good?
Oh, his worth ethic's phenomenal. He's got a great racing mind, amazing vision, and he must be able to watch those horses work and fine-tune them.
Royal Randwick, Concord Stakes. This is the real start of the Everest build-up.
It certainly is. This race has produced 3 Everest winners. Nature Strip in 2021. We'll see if at 9 years old he's still got what it takes. Godolphin's Glamour Mare in Secret, the new young gun. It's a clash of the old and the new, Matty.
And then there's another one, Remarks, coming on hot in the betting. What happens there?
If Remark can finally realise his potential, he could emerge as an Everest contender.
Racing and Eduardo began sharply off the inside. Eduardo's going to lead. Nature Strip about third out. Remark goes to second. Nature Strip stays wide. Parking in behind them is In Secret on the outside. A Casino Lord. Bella Nipotina on the brow. Back on the inside, Eduardo. And now the mare In Secret's got a mile of room to go through. So's Bella Nipotina picking up. It's Remark in front of Eduardo. Here's Bella Nipotina running on with In Secret. Remark in front. Going well. Remark clings on and wins the Concord. Beat In Secret and Bella Nipotina.
They back Remark like he could win today, and the horse that has promised so much has lived up to it today. It is Remark's Concord Stakes, and do we start talking about him on the 14th of October?
Bit of stable confidence today?
The horse, he's an elite horse. He's just getting better as he gets older.
You've got to be thinking Everest now after that.
If I'm not thinking it, there's a lot of people thinking it, for sure.
And what about him at 1,200 metres? You interested?
Of course you're interested. If you're not interested, you're mad.
Concord Stakes, that's a massive changing of the guard.
Wow, it certainly is. Remark did finally live up to that potential we were talking about. He's suddenly very much in the Everest conversation. Nature Strip 6th. Gee.
Chris Waller wasn't looking too happy when I saw him, so...
Understandably, because this horse has been his champion for so many years, and you never want to see a champion not run up to their best. So we'll wait and see how the dust settles. Just minutes after the Concord Stakes, and Nature Strip's owners have gathered in the Theatre of the Horse here at Randwick. An announcement will be made re Nature Strip's racing future.
Look, everybody, I'm announcing his retirement on behalf of the owners, Mr. Lyons. He jumped well, he travelled nicely, looked to come up the rise well, but that same acceleration or spark wasn't there. So, simple fact is, he's a sound horse, he's a happy horse, and that's how he'll retire.
Chris, one quick one. What does Nature Strip mean to you?
History. He's a champion.
It was a ridiculous ride. He's got no answer for why he did it, so he might suffer the consequences.
Tell us more about what you mean, Rod.
I'd have strangled him at Moonee Valley, Steve. With my bare hands, I'd have strangled him in the mountain yard.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.